How's it going, everybody? This is Dave, the guy behind Cold World Creations. Some of you have probably seen me on Instagram. I've been active on Instagram for a few months now, but I figured it's about time to start making some YouTube content, especially now that this thing is finally running. It's definitely a huge milestone to have this thing running 1 year down to the day that I started the project, and that would be March 31st, 2021. And yeah, it's definitely a huge accomplishment. I just want to share it with everybody, so enjoy. In celebration of working on this for 1 year, we're going to see if we can get this started tonight. We just have a few minor things to do. Need to make a couple tabs for the exhaust. Need to make a connection for the coolant. Then we just need to fill it up with coolant, put some gas in it, and see if it'll fire up. So here goes nothing. Alright, so the first thing we're going to tackle here is finishing off the coolant system. And so all we need to do is make a T connection for this hose here and the existing hose on the cart here. And so essentially all I need to do is make these two outlets connect into each other, this line that goes into the radiator. So that's all that we're doing. So this is the line that did come off of it. It does have a tear in it, but that doesn't matter because, again, we're just going to tee this off. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this line right back on, just like that. The next thing we need to do is make our cuts. I need to cut off the bad section of hose right here, and then I need to cut this hose in half so that we can actually put our T connection in there. Here are the T connections. So I found the proper size T fitting here. All I could find was a vacuum fitting at Advanced Auto. I would prefer to have a brass fitting, but we're going to work with what we have for now. Again, this doesn't have to be permanent. We just want it to work for right now. So put that fitting on the first hose. That goes into the top of the T. And then we'll bring the final hose in. What? Just need to put the clamp on that one. Up. Hey, well that's why it came off. Look at that. There's a nice split in the end there. All right. Okay, take two. Put that on the radiator. All right. So the next thing we have to do to try and get this thing running is button up the clamps on the exhaust, or the spring retainers rather. So if you come over here, you can see the connection between the actual expansion chamber and the silencer itself. And so there's a flange connection here. And if you notice, I don't have the ears on here for the springs. So this can just vibrate loose if it wants. So what I have here is one of the ears. And I actually had to fabricate another because I don't know where I put the other one. But yeah, I'm just going to weld it on, and we can put our spring on there, and we won't have to worry about this coming apart. Okay, so the spring tabs were mounted on the adapter here, or this pipe going into the silencer. So now I just need to put all the springs on. So I always like to wear my safety glasses while doing this because exhaust springs, you just never know. So let's see if I can actually get this to cooperate. If I can't, we'll have to bust out the vice grips. Oh, okay, there's one. All right. Last spring. And it's on. So, here's the moment of truth. We're going to find out if I forgot any hoses, if we have any leaks, or if it's going to hold. So hopefully it's the latter. Let's try it out. So of course, this radiator fill neck here, you want that to be the highest point in your cooling system. You know, that way you can get any air bubbles out while you're filling it. Top it off. Alright. So one more thing we need to do, very important with a two-stroke engine, you need to hook up the oil line to the oil injection system. So, glad I didn't forget about that. So, we're just gonna pour this oil in here. And we're actually gonna let the oil take up that line before I connect it to the oil pump. Okay, so we're gonna leave that tank there, or that oil bottle there while this fills up. I'm going to remove this from the line. Wait for that to leak out on its own. It's making its way. Okay. Alright, see the oil's right at the tip here. So I'm just going to put this right on the pump, just like that. We got it. Alright. Alright, and that's nice and sealed up. So I was just tugging on this thing, trying to prime it. It actually primed a lot sooner than I thought. So you can actually see the gas is in this line already. This is the feed line for the carburetors. And so yeah, even though this is oil injected, I did pre-mix a little bit of oil in this just because it's the first start and hasn't started in a while. So you can actually see it prime, so watch this. So that's all making its way to the carburetors there. Here we are. This is the moment of truth. I'm really excited, not gonna lie. I'd love to push this thing outside because I know it's going to make a lot of smoke, but it is raining. So we're just going to start it in here. I have the garage door open. So we should be good. We have coolant. The carburetors are primed. Oil's hooked up. Actually right now all I have to do is put the spark plugs in, so let me do that. Alright, this should be the moment of truth. So, spark plugs have been put in. We have a fire extinguisher. Transmission is in neutral. I can promise you I did not pull over the engine at all since I put the spark plugs in. So this is going to be a true first start. Aside from like that priming that you saw me do, this engine has not been pulled over. So first thing we're going to do, turn on the choke. Make sure the key is on. Yeah, let's try this. Oh wow.
Ho, ho, ho. Wow.
Almost first pull. Two pulls. Two pulls, baby. Holy. Wow. There we have it. It runs. as we can see, that was quite a successful first start, I would say. You know, it started on the second pole, stayed running on the second pole rather, which I'm very impressed. I really wasn't expecting that, truthfully. But yeah, then of course, you know, we wound up taking it outside a couple days later. It was a nice day, brought it out, started up fine, ran perfect. As you guys heard, I gave it some revs. I didn't want to go too crazy, just because nothing's, you know, buttoned up yet, but definitely wanted to hear it sing, and oh man, it sounds good. I really can't wait to drive this thing. But we have some work we have to do yet before that happens. So we have a few things. We need brakes. I need to do the brake lines and all that. I do have the master cylinder. I have to mount it. That's probably what I'm going to be working on next. I have to figure out something for an air box, air intake, you know, air filter setup, you know, so we'll do that. And then just a couple of other things we have to button up on this, you know, seat belts, you know, hardware. We're getting pretty close. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.